I think if there was one thing that I could talk about every single day, it would be Bell & Howell Pest Repellers. Why? Because I don't like bugs. I said it. I gave you just like that inner secret. Yep, those are the ones that make my skin crawl. Roaches. But maybe for you, it's spiders. Maybe it's ants. Maybe it's mice or rats. Imagine being able to never have to use a toxic chemical or spray a trap ever again. Instead, you rely on Bell & Howell, the technology of sonic waves to be able to repel them. So it literally sends those critters away silently. You don't hear anything, you don't smell anything, you don't see anything. Today we're doing a 5-pack, so it's a perfect kind of intro pack, or if you just want to stock up, you've got some rooms you might have already missed, you are going to get 3 of the pest repellers that are going to be just like this, and you're going to get 2 that come with an exterior outlet so that you're able to still use the outlet. These are really simple, really standard. They plug into any standard outlet. Today they're on FlexPay. This is the only planned airing with such limited quantities that we're gonna have. So $9? Hold on a second. This is less than my card. So $9.98. Surprise, surprise. Even a better deal than I thought. If you love your Bell & Howell as much as I do, please give us a call. 1-866-376-8255. These are safe. They're effective. You can have them in the bathrooms, around the kids, around the pets, in your kitchen, around your food. Have I told you how much I love Bell & Howell? Well, if I haven't, Lou Caputo is going to come in and he's going to tell you how easy these are to send all the bugs away. I don't want to send you away, though. It doesn't send people away.
It did send Matt Davis away.
It did.
But he was done. Anyway.
I love it.
These are from Bell & Howell, a company that's been around for over 110 years. Now, as Valerie was just saying, these are ultrasonic pest repellers. Now, what in the world does that mean? Basically, they were little tiny speakers, and they put out a sound wave at a frequency that is much higher than humans can hear. So you won't hear it, your kids won't hear it, but neither will your pets, your dogs or cats. They're not going to know it's there. You know who knows it's there? Rats, mice, ants, roaches, spiders, the big 5 I call them. These are the ones everybody has problems with. And guess what's about to happen? Real soon, 3 weeks away, March 20th, first day of spring. When spring gets sprung, what happens when it comes to all the little critters out there? Love is in the air, my friends. There's going to be a lot more little critters happening, okay? So that's why you want to get your hands on the Bell & Howell Pest Repellers now. Get them in place. Let them start working. And the cool thing about these is nothing ever to replace, nothing ever to do. You plug them in and they start working right away. Immediately. And the sound waves, now watch this animation, because these sound waves come out and they echo off of any solid surface in the room. So I'm talking about walls, I'm talking about doors, furniture, anything that's in there. And it creates this force field, is what I like to call it, that basically blankets the whole area and just makes the environment inhospitable for the pests. They don't want to be there. They just want to run away. And now, you may be one of those people out there that's never had a pest problem in your life. Guess what? You're going to. Everyone does. We share the earth with them. It's inevitable that it's going to happen. Some of us, in the summertime, we have a big problem with the insects. Others, in the wintertime, it's going to be the rats and the mice. It just depends on where you live. But the thing that you've got to get your head around is that the sound wave that comes out of this, we can't hear. We don't know what it sounds like to them. We just know it's disorienting. It's annoying. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard. They just want to get away from it. Now, you were mentioning some of the other methods that people use. And we've been indoctrinated our entire lives that if we see a pest, we've got to play amateur exterminator, okay? Exactly. You gotta go to the store and you gotta spend a lot of money. So I'm gonna show you what I like to call my table of death. Because
I mean, hello, 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
Why not?
Table of death.
Table of death. But I mean, when you look at the stuff that's on here, it's all poison.
Yeah.
It's all, and this is just for ants, okay? And this is what I always like to point out to people. Everything is species specific. So when we're talking about ants, you're gonna spend a bunch of money on sprays, traps, baits, and all kinds of things. But this stuff gets used up, and as it gets used up, you gotta buy more. But also, it wears off, and as it wears off, the pests start to come back. So if you have a roach problem, see, this is where the table starts to grow. If you have a roach problem, now you gotta go out and you gotta buy stuff just for roaches.
Right.
Species specific, just for the roaches. And again, there's tablets and bombs and sprays and all kinds of things where you have to leave the house for the day, to get rid of the roaches. But guess what? At the end of the day, when this stuff wears off, roaches come back, you spend more money. With the rats and the mice, and this is the one that's really scary, Because with rats in mice, see, even more death. With rats and mice, we've got poisons, we've got traps, we've got all kinds of things. Most of this stuff is very cruel. It results in the animals dying inside of your house, so now you've got a carcass to deal with, or even worse yet, you can't find the carcass, and it starts to decay. I'll tell you a real quick funny story. I've told this story many times before about how my air conditioning system got destroyed when a rat dropped on my roof, because I used to pay for barrier pest protection when they walk around the house and they spray poison. Well, a rat dropped onto the roof, a fruit rat off a tree, got into my garage. If you know the game Cornhole, you have these little bags filled with corn. Yeah, rat got into them, ate all the ones we had in our garage, but then he decided that wasn't enough, so let's go for the air conditioning lines. So he ate through my air conditioning lines. Well, long story short, we had to hire an exterminator to kill this rat. We put out traps and everything. Never found the rat until we cleaned out the garage about 2 years later. And I didn't find him. My wife Kelly did. It was the shout heard round the world. Let me tell you something when she found it. With the Bell & Howell Pest Repellers, if you buy these right now, and you're getting a set of 5, so you've got enough for, you know, every room on a single-story home, I would say. If you have a multi-story home, please buy 2 sets. Don't forget the garage, the attic, and the basement. But with these, you just plug them in. There's no carcasses to find. You know, there's no poisons that you have to check on, no traps that you have to bait. There's none of that going on. And they're safe for the pets. They're safe for the kids. There's no toxicness. There's nothing coming out into the air. You can do your makeup in the bathroom, and it's so easy. There is no installation. All you do is use a standard outlet, and you plug it in. You're getting a set of 5 today. I can personally tell you from my experience coming back to Florida, seeing the bugs, seeing the roaches, the ants, the spiders, the mice, the rats, whatever it is, even if you don't see them, when you turn off your lights, they come out to play. So you might not know where they are, but they're there. And so if you can send them away, you're not dealing with dead, you're not dealing with toxic, you're not dealing with chemicals. You're just saying you're not welcome here. The 5-pack that you're getting today, you're getting 3. They have a little light on the front that blinks, so there's no sound, there's no smell, and you won't hear or see anything. And then you're getting 2 that have an outlet built on the side. So that means you can still plug in your hair dryer or your blender, anything. Remember, totally safe for every spot in your house. Get this for your garage. Oh, absolutely. Get this for anywhere you have an attic, your bathroom. If you have water, if you have pipes, last time I checked, that's all around the house. There are bugs. That attracts pests. It does. And you're gonna hear us over and over and over again say the 5 same pests: rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders. The reason that I only say those, and you only ever hear us say those, is that those are the ones we've had third-party independent laboratory testing done for, and that's what legally we were allowed to say. So that, you know, that these have been tested independently to work on those particular species year-round. Yeah, but for me, I never saw them again. I put them everywhere. I'm actually moving into a new house in a couple weeks. This is a perfect opportunity for me to buy a new set to put in the other rooms, because your rooms and your houses change, but I'm taking my existing 2 sets that I have at home with me to the next house. All right, let's go out to Texas this morning, where Terry is joining us. Good morning, Terry. You are live in the air with Lou and Valerie. Good morning. Good morning, Terry. We're good. Great. Are you picking up Bell & Howell? Yes, I've ordered 2 packs for me. I've got a 2-story house. I ordered another 2 packs for a friend of mine who is flipping 2 houses. Oh my gosh, we have Texas-sized roaches. You know, everything's bigger in Texas. And we don't see them. They're gone. Great. It's amazing. We had some people cut down some bamboo around the corner, and all the critters came out to play. That's what happens. Wanted to get warm inside our houses. We didn't see them. They didn't get in. These are the most remarkable. I have animals. They don't bother the animals. Yes, me too. They don't take up space. I just can't say enough good things about these. That's great to hear. I don't want to have chemicals in the air, and I don't want, and I know you can't say mosquitoes, but we have Texas-sized mosquitoes. We're not even having a problem with that here. Wow. Which is awesome. Bonus, that's right. That's wonderful, Terry. Thank you so much for calling and sharing that with everyone. And Terry's not only picking up extra sets for herself, but for other people, which is a great thing for you to do. If you have a college student, you don't know what's going on in those dorms. Get there for the dorms, new apartments, assisted living. If you're a landlord, make sure that you're protecting your investment. Now, Terry made a really good point, though. She's talking about how they cut down the bamboo, and she saw an influx, you know, of pests. If you live in new construction or someplace where they've been doing road work or anything like that, when they start tearing up the environment that the pests pests normally live in, they look for someplace new to go. And your house looks good. You got food, shelter. I mean, you got all the stuff that you like. They like it too.
Yeah.
They want to come in for that. And that's why it's so awesome. Now, I know a lot of folks are sitting there and you're like, okay, I can't hear them. I can't see them working. How do I know they're working? Well, there's two ways. One, right here, you're going to see this little red LED light flashing on and off. Okay, so that lets you know that there's, you know, an ultrasonic pulse happening. But I've got a better way. I actually have an ultrasonic leak detector right here. And this is actually something they use on natural gas lines to find leaks in those, because the gas comes out at such a high speed, it creates an ultrasonic sound wave. So you're going to see every time that you're going to see every time it pulses, an ultrasonic sound wave comes out, you're going to see a little red dot here, LED moving. And it's actually making a beeping sound, but it's very faint. But you can see that happening. So that's how we know that there really is an ultrasonic sound wave that's actually coming outside of this thing, going out into the room. The thing you've got to understand, though, is imagine this. I know a lot of people hear this technology and they go like, well, I don't understand how this works because it's just sound. If you were sitting in a room with really loud music, playing bad music, playing really, really loudly to the point where it was hurting your eardrums, you'd want to leave after a little while. That's what these essentially do to the pests. It disorients them. It just makes them want to get out of the environment. So we don't kill them. Right. We just send them away somewhere else. And I don't care if you live in the country, if you live in the city, where you're living, you're going to have a pest problem at some time. Now, one thing, though, I've almost forgot. On the whole table that we had, with the whole table of death, all the poisons and pesticides and everything, did you see one thing on this table for spiders? Was there anything on the table for spiders?
You know what? Hold on, let me show you.
Yeah,
hold on,
go ahead. I know what you're gonna do. Yes. Yeah, I asked an exterminator one time.
Sorry about your table.
How do you get rid of spiders? Yeah, I asked him, how do you get rid of spiders? He said, roll up a newspaper. That was a solution. I'm like, that is not a solution.
I freak out when I see them.
Well, these will repel spiders, both venomous and non-venomous varieties.
So good, Lou.
And that's the cool thing about these, is that you plug them. And one thing I want to mention, right here on the side, you're going to see there's the extra outlets that we were talking about. There's also night lights built into these, LED night lights. If we go back to the guy in the little cube in front of me here, I'm going to show you real quick how these work, because there is, on top of this, a photo cell. So if I put my hand over the top of this, you're going to see those LED lights coming on. See that? So when it gets dark in the room...
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, isn't that cool? When it gets dark in the room, the photo cell senses there's no light, and the LED lights will come on. And they're very, very bright, too.
So a hallway would be good.
Bathroom, kitchen.
Bathroom would be good.
Absolutely.
But remember, no sound, no traps, no poison, no dead, just repelling it, and no replacement parts, no batteries. All you need is a standard outlet. You're getting 5 today. These, I have to encourage you to definitely get them home. Try them. If you have any issues, less than $10 to get them home, and see if they work. And if you're like Terry, they will work. They work for me. They work for you. You're going to love them. All right. Lou, thank you so much for not being a pest this morning.